gone missing while walking her dog in northwest England.
Is that of Nicola Bulley, the 45-year-old mother of two.
You saw the phone, is that right? Yeah. You saw the phone that Friday.
The appalling disappearance of Nicola Bulley grabbed headlines all over the UK, as well as the rest of the world. Imagine going on a walk, attending a Teams meeting, and planning the rest of your day secretly in your head, only to be in the headlines the next day as a missing person. Join us as we reveal a few more dark secrets of the investigation that came to light during the post-mortem of Nicola. Will there be an autopsy request? And what will be the cause of death? Well, stay tuned, and do not miss out on the gut-wrenching details behind the disappearance of Nicola Bulley. A missing persons case is not just intriguing to true crime fans, but also to everyone who lives in the vicinity of the area in which it took place. Disappearing out of the blue and having your body found weeks later is no joke, with many believing that there was the involvement of foul play in such a scenario. But was there truly any foul play involved in the case of the disappearance of Nicola Bulley? Or was it simply a case of the victim not knowing how to swim and drowning to death? Here is a gist of what happened with Nicola Bulley. The 45-year-old mother of two daughters was found in a bunch of entangled branches and roots of marine foliage in the River Wire a few weeks after she went missing. This spot was around a mile away from the last place that she was spotted alive. Nicola seemed to have vanished from the vicinity on the 27th of January while walking her spaniel Willow near St. Michael's on Wire in Lancashire. She dropped her kids off at school and was about to get some fresh air with her little spaniel. What was suspicious was that the harness of her spaniel was not on him, and he was apparently leading Nicola on the walk. But if Nicola's spaniel really did witness what had happened, he would have witnessed her drawing and trying to help, right? Don't you think? Nicola also took her phone along with her and even indulged in a Teams meeting while she was out and about. What was suspicious was that during the investigation, her phone was found on the bench near that spot. But why had she left her phone there? Just like any regular person, Nicola had a phone on her person. In fact, she was even using it and was in a conference call on Teams. But when the initial investigation was being conducted, her phone was found lying on a bench near where she was strolling. Why would someone leave their phone on the bench and then drown? After her body was found on the 19th of February by a couple that was strolling by, an initial inquest into her death began that started with a 5-minute hearing that took place on the 22nd of February. This was more than 3 weeks after Nicola went missing. On the 19th of February, police closed off Rockcliffe Road in St. Michael's on Wire after the couple stated that they had found a body. So let us get into some technical details and procedures of what happens after a body is found and how an inquest is opened. Lancashire Senior Coroner Dr. James Adley was involved in the inquest into Nicola's death at Preston Coroner's Court. Inquests of such sort are usually held when a non-natural death or an unexpected death takes place. Even when foul play in the death of an individual is suspected, an inquest is open. This will lead to investigation that usually starts off with a post-mortem. These post-mortems are not invasive and are aided with a CT scan that helps identify if any unnatural injury was caused. In cases where a body was found, such as in the case of Nicola Bulley, a full internal post-mortem is carried out. Before her body was found, the majority of the people involved in her search believed that she'd fallen into the river and drowned. But the water in the river is constantly flowing, and the chance of her body moving along the stream is highly unlikely. 4 weeks after extensive research of the river, nothing was found. Peter Faulding's Specialist Group International was a significant part of the search. Their diving team looked all over the river to find her body. After Nicola's body was finally found, many were disappointed in the work of Specialist Group International. Peter Faulding and his dive team are no longer a part of the Expert Advisors database, as they were not able to locate the body of Nicola. In fact, not so long before they were removed from the list, Peter stated that she was not in the river. In fact, he further defended himself and his team by stating, "She wasn't in the river, she was in the reeds. There's a big difference between under the boat in the water and up on the bank in the reeds." He further added, "With all my experience, over 20 years of experience dealing with this type of work and a very high hit rate, when the police call us in the southeast, as soon as we get called in, we normally find the victim within the hour." According to the National Crime Agency spokesperson, the NCA does not employ, endorse, or accredit experts on our advisory database. The database is subject to continual review, and its purpose is to maintain a list of expertise UK law enforcement can draw upon when required. As per various authentic sources, the river was searched by Peter Falding and his team for 3 whole days, yet they were not able to locate her body. After the SGI was removed from the list of experts of NCA, Mr. Peter Falding stated that the SGI underwater search team was tasked with searching the river upstream of the Wear in the non-tidal part of the river, past the bench where Nicola's phone was found, and a mile upstream past this point. But how could the body suddenly appear right after experts claimed that the river was clean? Could someone have placed Nicola's body later on? Or was it just Peter and his team who were incapable of doing their job right? Well, let us leave that for the professionals of the case to decide, and take a look at interested parties who could have been involved in the case. But who is an interested party? As soon as a person goes missing, there is a list of interested parties that are drawn out. These could include a variety of people ranging from the relatives of the deceased to the solicitors of the people's next of kin. These interested parties could also include relatives of Nicola, her husband, the executor of Nicola's will, or even insurers who could have had an interest in her or her assets. These interested parties are usually identified at the beginning of the investigation. None of the interested parties really appealed except her husband. Nicola's body was identified in quite a bad state. So how was it identified? Nicola's body was identified using her dental records that were used during autopsy. The police, as well as the post-mortem examination, stated that they have required further evaluation, as well as a full inquest to be conducted in June once the Home Office pathologist has been checked. Till then, more details on the Nicola case will be kept off social media or any other news platform. Moreover, the family as well as Nicola's loved ones will have to wait till the 26th of June, when the coroner will rule on a cause of death based on the findings of the investigations. As of now, experts are collecting all the facts on the case and are finalizing the findings from the investigation. Nicola's body has been returned to the family, and they've decided to go ahead with a private funeral. The last statement of their family was, "Nikki, you are no longer a missing person. You have been found. We can let you rest now. We love you, always have and always will. We will take it from here."